What's up, guys? Welcome back to Shifting Lanes. My name is Gregson, and today I'm driving the only V8 Volvo ever put in their cars. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for watching, and if you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up at the end. That is my friend Joey. We met on some of the Volvo forums and some of the Volvo groups. He has an S80 V8 all-wheel drive. Now, this is the only V8 that Volvo ever put in their cars. It was in the S80 and it was in the XC90 of this generation. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the camera around, I'm gonna put it on Joey. He's gonna describe his car way better than I ever could. We're gonna talk about what the car is, what his plans are to do with it, and then we're gonna take it for a drive. So let's spin the camera around and talk about probably one of the coolest engines I think has ever been put in cars ever. So this is Joey, and thank you so much, Joey, for showing me and all of the viewers your totally sweet S80. Let's do a quick rundown of what this car is. Give us year, make, model, engine type, and all that, even though we know this is the V8 already, as I've introed that. I'll let you kind of take over just for a couple minutes, talk about a little bit about the car, what you've done to it, and what your future plans are.
All right, so this is a 2010 Volvo S80 V8. It's the executive package. So it has the updated leather and the dash and everything, but it doesn't have the navigation and the adaptive cruise control. These were only made between 2007 and 2010. The reason I bought it was pretty much for reliability over the T6 and the T5. It does still keep the all-wheel drive, so it's great in the winter with winter tires, of course. Pretty much what got me into this, the S80 exactly, is I prefer cars that aren't common. So basically a unique car. It's something you don't really see that much, so it makes people question and all that. Pretty much what got me into Volvos is just how all of them look. They all look nice and whatnot.
And especially something like this, like you would look at this car normally, and from a consumer standpoint, you look at it and it's just a normal Volvo. And then
you think old people driving.
Right, it's an old people car, you know, or businessmen or businesswomen or whatever, and it's just a commuter car.
Yeah.
Then you start to kind of dig into it. It's got a V8. It's got 4.4 liter. It's a 4.4 liter V8 from Yamaha.
Yeah,
like, it sounds ridiculous. It's that kind of stuff, and that's I know we've been chatting about it before. Like, that's sort of, I think, what drew you to this car, right?
Yeah, that's actually one of the other strange things. Is actually, it's not a normal mated lateral. It's actually transverse. So the whole engine and transmission are all up front, which is kind of strange. But
yeah, it's similar to my V70R. It's transversely mounted, and it has sort of an angle gear that goes that mates it to the transmission, and it's just odd. So let's take a look around. What have you done to this car that makes it sort of different than other S80s? I know, and well, I know because we've talked, but I also know because it looks a little slammed in front, so it definitely has some lowering springs, right?
So it's on BC Racing coilovers. It's on the V70 coilovers, so it's an 8K spring rate up front, 6K in the rear. I found out about a couple months ago that they actually have BC coilovers for this. It's 7K in the front, 8K in the rear. The rear is a little bouncy, so it's
I noticed it's a little bit more, there's a little bit more gap there than there is here. Did you do that on purpose, or was that just how the springs kind of came?
I have the rear up more because of if I have any weight in the back, it'll go to an even amount. Right. But also when I had it lower, the back was just
very bouncy.
Yeah. It was terrible.
Well, that makes sense because it's your daily driver, and you know, if you want a little bit of usability as opposed to just, you know, slamming it to the ground.
Exactly. I've had this for actually, it'll be 2 years at the end of January. So.
And how has it been on reliability? You said you bought it for a little bit more reliable car than an interesting reliable car. How's it been on reliability?
So far so good. There's been no major engine problems or any problems at all. I bought it with 133,000 and I'm at 173,000 now. Pretty much all I've done to it is the pulleys, the belt, pretty much that's it. Not really.
Nice.
And just tires and suspension and brakes.
That's cool.
That's normal maintenance.
And coming back here, you have a quad exhaust. Now, if you go on YouTube, you can look at other V8s from Volvo, and if you straight pipe these things, they sound nasty.
Yeah,
like
they're loud.
Total NASCAR sound, which is crazy. But you've what exhaust is this, and why did you choose this one?
So what's done to it is it's completely stock all the way up to where the Y pipe is, right about where the rear tires are.
So sort of an axle back in a way?
Pretty much it's just an axle
Okay,
back.
great.
I cut off the OEM mufflers, and I was on Craigslist and I found a set of MagnaFlows for $50 for both of them. So
$50
for both of them.
Are you saying this exhaust costs you $50?
In total, it cost me $300.
That's it?
Yeah, because
wow, that's nothing.
The tips I bought brand new off of Amazon for $80, and then I had a shop weld all of it up for about $150. So
wow.
Yeah, it sounds nice. It's not too loud. It gives it a nice growl, and it's pretty tame.
That sounds so good. Wow, dude. Yeah, so I'm gonna need to buy one of these. I mean, I think I should buy one of these, just like a total crap can, and just straight pipe it and send it.
It also has a trailer hitch, if that means anything.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Trailer hitch and fully wired for towing whatever you may want.
These can tow up to 3,300 pounds, so I mean
that's pretty good for a sedan, but obviously it has a V8, so
yeah,
makes some sense.
Got plenty of power for
cool.
that.
So let's hop around front and let's actually check out the engine so you can kill it, and then we can see exactly what we got going on. So here we go. Transverse mounted V8 this way, as we were talking about. Very cool just to see. I mean, this actually isn't a enormous engine bay.
No,
you'd think a big V8 would have, a lot more room in there, but it's not.
Here's the other fun fact. So you know how most engine or V8s are 90 degrees?
Yeah.
This one's actually at 60, so they could cram it in here.
Ah.
So that's the one difference, and that's why they needed the balance shaft in there to basically balance it out and whatnot.
It's very cool.
Everything's easy to get to. You have your transmission down here. So basically just take out your airbox and you can service your transmission. Your rear plugs are pretty easy. They're just back there. Front plugs, you just pop this cover off. They're right there. Power steering, coolant.
There's really not much to it.
No, it's fairly all simple.
I feel like the V70R engine bay is way more complicated than this thing.
And then you got your battery up here.
Oh, it's not bad at all.
And then your brake fluid's up here. So it's all it's all pretty easy.
Shout out FCP Euro.
FCP Euro plug.
Do you get most of your parts from them, honestly?
Yes. The reason I get their parts from them is for the lifetime warranty.
Yeah, there you go.
It's honestly the
listening,
best.
guys. You got good customers. That's very cool. So I think that's a pretty nice overview of the car. Let's hop inside. We'll check out the interior, and then we can maybe go for a drive.
Of course.
I can drive it?
Yeah. Why not?
Sweet. Yes. Ooh. Bad decision, Joey. So open it up. Let's check it out.
So it's a little messy, but
that's fine. Messy's good. Hey, daily driver.
It's a daily driver. So here is the executive package.
I'm noticing a lot of wood.
Yeah, this is actually surprisingly all real wood. Like,
oh wow.
Yeah, it's on the.
I guess that makes sense. Volvo's a luxury car company, so.
For this year, yeah. You got heated, ventilated, and massaging front seats.
This has massaging seats?
Yeah, it does actually.
Do they work?
Yeah, it's basically just your back portion, and then it kind of like rolls up and then back down.
That's better than any of my cars.
you can try.
That's awesome.
Pretty much, there's just a switch down here that activates it. So you have a soft setting and then a hard setting. But pretty much it's a basic interior where there's some door lighting under here, and then where the cup holder is in the middle, there's door lighting in there as well. You have 2 Sirius XM channels, AM, FM, auxiliary, USB, and pretty much Volvo's known phone in the center dash.
Yeah, that's right.
It's iconic.
It's pretty cool. All right, so let's hop in. Let's go for a drive. And I'm really excited because this is my first time driving a V8, so let's do it. Okay, so we're inside. It's nice and toasty in here. I'm already getting a back massage. This is kind of nice. It's not really a great back massage.
No, it's better than nothing.
It's better than nothing. I mean, it keeps you like, you know, not stiff on long drives. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna turn that off because it's gonna be distracting and annoying on the back road. But just overall impressions as I'm like in here, it's really nice, and it's not enormous. It doesn't feel huge. Like,
no.
You think S80, oh, big, you know, sedan, saloon. If you're in the UK, you know, oh, it feels huge. It doesn't feel huge in here at all. It doesn't feel any bigger than my V70R actually.
Yeah, it's basically just a normal sedan. I'm
actually kind of shocked about that. It's nice. Like, I feel very comfortable actually in here. A lot of like the bigger sedans from this generation feel enormous.
Yeah.
And I don't really like that. I like feeling like a little bit compact. It's a little bit easier to drive for me. So I really am a huge fan of this interior. Very comfortable seats, not really bolstered, but this isn't a performance car. So, but extremely comfortable seats. And this is definitely like one of those long cruisers that you could totally drive for like days and you'd be fine.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, cool. So let's hit a back road. We won't go too nuts because, you know, S80, not, you know, Ferrari, but still fun.
It's got, so I had it dynoed a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah?
And for 173,000 miles, it made 278 horsepower.
At the wheels?
At the wheels.
Oh, wow.
And it made 271 feet-pound torque.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's super good.
So basically, it's, even though it's 9 years old and, well, actually basically 10 now, and it's on its way to 200,000 miles, it still keeps all of its power at the crank still.
That's awesome. That's really, really awesome. I'll need to take another B-roll shot of this, but you integrated a total
dash cam,
a total dash cam, and it looks amazing, and that's super cool. But wow, so definitely a cruiser sort of feel to this thing. It's very it feels very rolly, but it doesn't feel like, oh my god, I'm gonna fall out of my seat into you when I take a corner.
No, the seats kind of bolster you just enough where it doesn't like throw you out of the seat, which is nice.
Wow, this is a lot flatter than I thought it would be.
That might be the help with the coilovers, but
yeah, for sure. Still some body roll. But there's not like, it's not a lot.
It's got the stock sway bars and the stock sway bar bushings still, so that.
Do they make upgraded sway bars for this car?
The IPD makes a rear sway bar for the car. Yeah. But and someone actually found me one for stupid cheap.
Wow.
But I just never had the chance to go grab it.
Interesting. So. Brakes are squishy. they're not crazy grabby, but they're not horrible. This thing's pretty fun to toss actually. I'm not going like insanely fast because this is a back road and I don't want to go totally bonkers, nor do I want to bin your car into a tree. But this is fun actually. I'm even just doing like 40-50 miles an hour back here. This is a car that I think I can easily have fun with. Oh man, wow. Yeah, I'm very surprised. It's like how even just this speed, like how capable this is.
It's a bit of a heavy car, but it stays fairly flat in the corners, which is surprising.
It's very flat. It's way flatter than I thought it would be. Even with the coilovers, I knew you had these on, but I honestly thought it was going to be a lot more body roll than it actually is. I'm thoroughly impressed. I mean, this isn't a track car. But wow, this is really nice. This is hooked up pretty well. All-wheel drive, I can feel it's pulling through the corners nicely. It's not crazy, but there's a nice, when you punch it coming out, there's a nice pull through. I can feel grip in the front end. Is this rear wheel drive bias?
No.
Or is it more front wheel drive bias? Sort of like the same way that V70R is.
Pretty much how I've seen it is any all-wheel drive Volvo is pretty much the same.
So this is another Haldex system?
Yeah, they all have Haldex.
That's what I thought, but I didn't want to say it. I wanted to confirm with you first.
I'm pretty positive this has the Gen 4 Haldex though.
Okay.
So it's got the instant slip.
I think you're right, because I think after 07 or 07 and up got the Gen 4s.
Yeah, so if you brake boost it, it'll kick in the traction back there. So when you launch, it might not be like yours where once you launch, that's when it kicks in.
Yeah. Interesting. Tight hairpin. Wow, even on winter tires, that's a good amount of grip. Just a touch of back end wiggle. Not bad.
And these are Nexans, so they're not like... They're not the top of the top.
Right. Still, man, that's great. We're going to definitely do that road again, because that's super fun. All right, now we have an opportunity to do a little bit of a launch. I won't go crazy. Good, foot down. Is it like half throttle? That's got decent pickup.
Yeah.
Wow. Got a little bit of a straightaway here. Wow, that's good pickup. Okay.
Yeah.
That goes. Wow.
It's a little bit of a sleeper. It's not the fastest thing in the world.
No.
But it is definitely a sleeper. It gets up to speed quickly.
You pull up to this thing in a stop. You pull up to this thing in a stop. Like, okay, whatever, Volvo. And then the person owning this, mashes it, and
you're off.
That's not bad.
I think the 0 to 60 is 6 seconds or 7.
That's really good.
Yeah.
And how much does this thing weigh?
With me in it, I actually had it weighed for when I made my trailer.
Yeah.
With the car and me in it, it's around 4,300 pounds.
All right. So 0 to 60 in 6 seconds for a car that has about 300 horsepower. From factory at the crank.
At the crank, it's around like 320-ish.
Okay.
Or so.
Oh yeah, because yours dynoed with parasitic loss. It'll be like this car. It will be about 320.
Yeah, because it was a Mustang dyno, so it's about 10 to 15%.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean this is great.
And the exhaust isn't droney either.
No.
You can still have a normal conversation in here, and it's not like overbearing.
No, it's really not. I really want to know what a straight pipe thing one of these sounds like.
Well,
I would imagine the drone is awful, but it sounds good.
Probably.
Let's see, we'll pull on to 80. Sweet Route 80 here in New Jersey. See how it cruises on the highway for a few miles. Man, you said you were having a couple of transmission issues. Nothing like crazy. It's slipping a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't really feel any slipping at all. I mean, I'm not going after it like you usually do, I'm sure, but
it comes and goes. Like normally, it's if you're hard pressing from second to third.
Okay.
But otherwise, if you're just driving nice and normal, it shifts perfectly fine and there's no problems.
Okay.
But I'm not really too worried about it unless it gets a lot worse. Then I'll look into changing out the valve body or something.
Okay. A little bit of vibration at speed, but I think that has to do with, you said, the wheels and a little bit of the balancing.
Yeah.
You got to get things a little bit rebalanced.
Yeah, I haven't balanced them in probably 5,000 miles.
Okay, so that might do it.
Yeah,
but it's not really that bad of a vibration.
No.
Like I could drive this for hours and it's not a big deal. Get like a hand massage with your back massage.
Right?
Yeah, dude, this is nice. It's fun enough on a back road that you can just have like a blast. But
then when you want to go to dinner, you can.
Yeah, and you step in, you're like, oh, this is a nice place to be.
Just put your suit on, drive to dinner.
That's right.
Walk out.
This is great, man. I really like this car. I think it's super nice just on this drive. Like if I was going to the dealer and this is the drive I did, I would go back and try to buy this car. Well, thank you for letting me drive this thing. It was a quick little back road blast and a nice little cruise.
Anytime.
Yeah, and this thing's great. I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing me say it, but this thing is fantastic. Like this car is really nice. It's well hooked up. It feels nice to drive. It doesn't feel like a burdensome car to drive or own in any way. It's just like, it just feels like a really solid car, to be honest with you. Nice. Cool, so let's hop out, because there's one more thing I want to talk with Joey about, because this was only part 1 of this car. There's going to be a part 2 to this car, so let's hop out. I'll tell you guys about that in just a second. So thank you so much to Joey. This has been an awesome day. We drove this. It's been an incredible ride. I'm a huge fan of this car. I definitely want one now. And yeah, this actually, like I just said, is part 1, because you have something completely ridiculous planned. So what do you have planned for this car, and when is it going to happen, and when can we see it?
So what I plan on doing is I bought the stock suspension, and I also bought a 1.2 inch lift from Team 4X4 out in Russia. So with the stock suspension and a 1.2 inch lift, it should bring it probably about 4 or 5 inches higher in the front than it is now.
Oh my god. So you're making an S80 rally car.
Pretty rally car, off-roader, one or the other.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And hopefully at Carlisle, you'll have this car finished.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can see it in its off-roader rally car form, yep, where maybe we could take another drive around Carlisle just to see what it's like compared to what this is.
Have a reaction of people's stares and see what they say about it and whatnot.
That's awesome. Cool, man. Well, thank you so much for letting me drive. I really appreciate it. Let me get a little fist bump. Awesome. You can check out Joey on Instagram. What's your Instagram handle? XKCIDS. XKCIDS. I'll drop the link in the description below. You can go follow him and his exploits on Instagram. Follow his S80 and his whole build, which he's been documenting on there, which is really cool.
Pretty much, yeah.
So it's been nice to follow it on there. But that'll do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks again to Joey. We're going to be coming back to you with this car again very soon. If you don't already follow Shifting Lanes, check the links in the description below, or you can follow us at Shifting Lanes on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We're not really on Twitter, but Facebook and Instagram, we do so much stuff on there that we don't do on YouTube, so go follow us there. And yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you next time.
See ya.
See ya.